right now.
Oh, you are indeed.
Good morning. How are you, Dr. Mary? Dr. Mary?
Have you frozen?
Have you? What's happening? Can you not hear me?
I'm good. Sorry, your image is frozen on the screen now, and you.
Is it still?
Yeah. Oh, there you go. You moved.
Oh, I hope I was in a sort of dull position when it froze. I love that.
You looked inquisitive. It was good.
I'm sure I did. My 11Zs were in their full force.
Not at all, Turnip.
Or little 11Zs. How are you, Mazzy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well too, thank you. Oh, sorry. I want to go to speaker view. What's new in the world?
Nothing. I covered all the plants last night. I got them back, and I think mostly their original positions.
Good job.
They didn't freeze. I totally forgot about the one in the, believe it or not, the one out the front door, but it's perfectly fine.
Oh, that's good. I would be very sad about that.
I can't believe I missed that one because it's massive.
Yeah, you could never have carried that in.
You would have thought I remembered it was there, but I just totally blanked on it when I was covering everything yesterday.
It's all right. It's all right.
The potatoes look fine. The tomatoes look absolutely great.
Excellent. Okay. So, Dr. Mary, this is the start of week 2 for me.
Yes. How are you feeling?
I feel the most creative I have ever felt in my entire life. And that includes the summers that I was doing summer stock and Straw Hat Players and studying Shakespeare. I am more creative right now than I was getting a theater degree. I just feel like I'm on fire with creativity.
Yeah, because I know you've had a few I don't want to say mini slumps. I can't think of any other phrase where you feel like you're drowning and you're not coming up with anything. So this is great. Good for you.
I can barely type fast enough. And as you and I both know, I'm an extremely fast typer.
Sometimes I think you just do it to show off.
Oh, I do.
On the downside, the dog is just miserable. She's just moping around the house.
She's in a creative slump. We'll send Lil away to a 2-week writing retreat and see how it works out for her. We're here today talking about an article that I found that I loved so much because if you've been watching these, audience, you know that I am a little bit uncomfortable and try to be careful, but also insistent on this idea that addiction is not the privilege of the people who abuse alcohol or drugs or other things that we've decided are legitimate addictions. Addiction is a mindset, and there are varying kinds of addiction, and there are some that are more dangerous than others, obviously. But it's not about, well, I don't drink too much, so I'm not an addict. That's not what this is about. It's what happens in your brain when something becomes a driving necessity. Would you agree with that, Dr. Mary?
Oh, I sat on the fence of this. You brought this up before. I think we've actually talked about this before.
A little bit.
I found it hard to think of a phone addiction as an addiction because it doesn't lead to you ending up in a 6-day coma.
No, but not everybody who stopped drinking alcohol needed to go through a 6-day coma either.
Yeah, but I reread this article, and apparently the biochemistry arc is similar. I mean, it releases cortisol, and cortisol is what's called a glucocorticoid, which actually does, if left to ravage through your system, is eventually going to actually do some physical damage to your kidneys.
Wow. So again, I'm not trying to make the argument that a bottle of whiskey and your cell phone are equal. It's not about that. Who cares?
It's what you feel.
It's not about that. It's about what happens in your body when you don't have access to the thing that matters to you. And I think, and my mother will agree, that can be sugar, that can be salt, that can be your cell phone. And this article, I mean, I don't know that this woman is a hardened scientist. We'll have to go in and look into who she is. I don't think she's trying to make some groundbreaking scientific claim here. I think she's just talking about the fact that in a very short period of time in human history, we've gone from your telephone being something that rings, you don't know who's on it, you pick it up, you say hello, you have a conversation.
You don't know who it is.
Yeah, to, you know, party lines, to kids having phones in their own bedroom, to cell phones, to this is in my hand all the time. I mean, this thing
break it up again, turn up, you might have to tweak.
How about now? I don't know what's happening. This is frustrating. Mazzy? Let me see what we're doing on Facebook. Are you there?
I am. Well, I don't know what happened there. Technology was blown away from us.
Okay. Anyway,
I don't know if everyone caught what you're going to say, but it did sound.
I stopped. This is in my hand almost every moment I'm awake. Just like this. It just lives in my hand like it's a sixth finger. It's a big finger, but it lives right here. So the article has, I think, some great tips for your cell phone, which I think can be crossed over to whatever you struggle with. It doesn't need to be that you are a full-blown addict. I don't think we need to have definitions or to you know, it's an either or. There's a lot of gray area between I don't have a cell phone and I can't put my cell phone down. A lot of gray area. So wherever you fit, I think this is a valuable conversation because I fit closer to I can't put my cell phone down than I don't have a cell phone. And I don't say that with anything but kind of personal shame. So one of the things she says is, I need to spend less time on my phone. Stop saying that. Because that's like saying, well, I need to eat less. I need to exercise more. I need to go to bed earlier. I need to get up sooner. I need to fill in the blank. When that is what we say out loud, you've set nothing strategic around it. And what this reminded me of is all of the times that you and I would have conversations. I would be standing in front of the TV, trying to block the TV from your view, standing like this, very confrontationally. You would be sitting on the couch. I would be at varying decibel levels, depending on how long the conversation went and how frustrated I was. And a good conclusion was, you have to drink less. And you would say, you're right. What does you have to drink less mean? What does I have to be on my phone less mean? What is less? How do you define less? 5 minutes, 1 drink, 10 drinks, an hour, 2? I mean, what is less? So, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, so that's an interesting concept, actually.
Yeah.
It is difficult to you know, what would be really interesting to do is try and get we've had a suggestion from a friend of ours who's a medical doctor. We'd be interested to get their opinion on this, or you know, or a counselor, an addiction counselor, to see what they really think. I mean, like I said, I was on the fence about this, but you know, when I reread this article, it really does set off a very similar biochemical reaction in your brain that is a biochemical imbalance brought on by an addiction.
I feel anxious if I don't have my phone with me.
You know, I just got a phone when I went into treatment, and they said, "Well, you can't have your cell phone." I thought, "Well, what the hell? Who cares? I'm trying to get my head
You have
around
bigger fish to fry, Dr.
it."
Mary.
It was 2 days ago when I first said I was an alcoholic, so you can have my phone. But there were people in there that were meth addicted to meth, and every week would have a meeting, and almost the first thing out of everyone's mouth is, "I'd like to talk about us having the phone more than once an hour." I thought, really? You're fighting a meth addiction and you're worried about how often you're going to have your phone. And that didn't even come into my head.
Yeah. You hadn't had your phone very long though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So here's what this woman suggests, and we'll put a link to the article. Plan with specific strategies. Not, I need to put my phone down more, I need to use my cell phone less, but what's specific? So can you say, I won't check my phone for an hour, for 20 minutes, for 4 days? I mean, whatever you can set that as a specific goal. I will not spend more than 2 hours a day scrolling on my phone. That doesn't count. You know, if you're using your phone as a telephone, or if you're using it as a camera or whatever, phones have so many uses now that it's not just about social media, but a lot of it is about what are you scrolling through endlessly on your phone. So can you make specific strategies that if you're a checklist person, at the end of the day, you can go through and say, oh, yep, I did that, I did that, I did not do that, I did that, whatever. If that's meaningful to you, that's a great way to do this. So one, and then she has these other pieces. One is identify a goal. What do you want? To use it less, to be more intentional, to not start your day? Like often in the morning, I will wake up and I will reach for my phone and I will be on my phone before I've gotten out of bed. That's crazy. That's not the way to start the day. You don't have to wake up and, you know, trudge out to a soybean field like I'm doing lately, but you have to do, you should do something a little bit more intentional than just, ooh, did anyone like my post on Facebook? It's terrible. So identify a goal, whatever that is for you. And it doesn't need to be anything that anybody else would think is a valuable goal. These are personal goals. You don't need to share. Define success. What does that look like? I can tell you, I have not checked my phone when I've gotten out of bed for 7 days now. And it's really lovely. It's been really lovely. Related but slightly different. Last night, I worked down at this table and I was going to bring my computer up to bed, which I've been doing. And then I've been spending about an hour in bed every night, wasting my life on Community, the TV show Community on Netflix. I'm not even really enjoying it. I can't tell you why I'm doing it. But last night I thought, don't bring your computer upstairs. Bring your book upstairs. So I spent an hour reading my book last night. That was a much nicer way to go to bed. It was much more engaging. It was much more in the vein of what I'm trying to pursue. I will say I had the weirdest dreams I've had since I got here, but that's all right. Yeah. So define success. Make it easy. All right, this is a big one. Remove the triggers from your phone. Can you take Facebook off your phone? Here's what's true for me. In my day job, I really need to be posting when I'm at stuff.
You do use social media in your job.
Professionally.
Yeah.
But guess what? I'm not at anything these days.
That's not true. You got to get everything ready for tappy hour and stuff like that.
It's true, but that doesn't happen through my phone. That happens through my computer.
Oh, okay.
So I could take Facebook off my phone. I could. I'm not going to, but I could.
Did, actually.
Yes, you did.
I did. And then my phone did a systems update and it reappeared on my phone.
Well, I say take it off again if you can. So make it easy. Remove the triggers. Take it slow. All right, this is important. We keep saying to you in the drinking realm, Don't go cold turkey if
Yeah.
you aren't prepared for the ramifications of going cold turkey. The same is true of something as silly and inconsequential as your phone. Don't throw your phone away. You have to take it slowly. You have to set incremental goals, because if you throw your phone away and fail, then you'll beat yourself up for not being successful. Set a goal you can actually achieve. You'll feel much better about the success, which will actually stimulate positive paths in your brain. Establish etiquette. All right, this is a big one. The same way Maz talks about, and we're going to go a little bit longer since we froze. The same way Maz talks about how he didn't drink very much in public because he didn't want to be seen as an alcoholic. How often are we all, and I'm guilty of this, on our phones, out to eat with our spouses or our children or our parents or other people? We're literally paying someone else to make us food, to sit in their environment, and we're on our phones. That's bad etiquette. Stop it. I'm going to stop it. That is a goal I have made for myself. I am going to stop being on my phone at dinner time. It's one of the few times you and I are actually physically in the same place, Dr. Mary. And I'm worse at it than you are. You're not great about it either. We're going to stop being on our phones at dinner time.
That was
And we're
great.
going to measure the success, and we're going to celebrate those wins when we do them. And then finally, remember the goal is to feel good, not to berate yourself or beat yourself up for failing. So be okay with a relapse or a lapse. A lapse is the lesser of the two, right, Dr. Mary?
Yep.
A relapse is like a full blown, I'm back 100% on my phone, since we're talking about phones. A lapse, shut that dog up. Lily, a lapse is when
She's looking around for you now. Look at her.
she misses her mom. A lapse is when you trip up, when you slip up, when you find yourself on your phone when you said you weren't going to be.
And if this
Don't
is,
berate yourself.
and the advice I would say would still stand then for this. If you do have a lapse, just take it one moment at a time. And
Yep.
the adage, one of the many adages, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Just put it down again.
Absolutely. There's no shame in
No, there isn't.
falling. The shame is in not getting back up and trying again. So we'll send the article. We'll attach the article.
It's actually really interesting, but I would love to get a medical opinion on it.
I played a pediatrician in a commercial, Dr. Mary. What more do you need?
And you played a nurse in the Joker blogs too. I forgot about
I'm
that.
telling you, I'm as qualified as any medical person you're going to find.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, everybody have a great day. I'm sorry we froze. I don't know, maybe when the heat came on. The heat's on finally. You'll all notice I'm only wearing 2 normal layers like a regular person today, and I didn't have to build a fire. So have an excellent day. Set a goal with your cell phone if that's a problem for you, and see if you can't meet it. It's amazing how good you will feel when you meet some of these small goals. It's totally doable. So try it and see how it goes. Bye, Dr. Mary.
See you later, love.
Talk to you later. Happy day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.